Well. I mean, that actually is a pretty decent song there, Russ Factor. Thank you so much.
I was listening before. I was like, that's catchy as shit.
That is, welcome to episode 7, 3 guys, 1 pod. I'm Slotmaster, and 1,111 miles away from me, southwest, is my old pal, Russ Factor. Hello, Russ Factor. How are ye?
Howdy, gang. Howdy, gang. Oh, where'd I get this cup?
Okay, and then 1,611 miles. No, 1,622 miles straight north. You look right outside the window, and you stare up to the north. That's our old pal, Fleshy P. How are you, Fleshy P? How's it going?
I'm good. Shout out to my people in the South.
All of
it. My brethren to the south. It is a spooky podcast. It is Halloween Eve. When do all the kids do all the messing around on Halloween Eve? Is this when they do it, or when do they?
What do you
don't
mean?
They do a bunch of messing around?
What do you mean messing around?
Night of Destruction or something? You remember that when you were growing up?
Nah, I was a good kid.
You never toilet papered your principal's house?
Nah.
You didn't do any of that?
Flaming dog shit on his doorstep?
Nah. Most I did was sneak off with my friends and smoke a little pot.
I mean, and flash forward 40 years, you're still doing that with Papa John.
Yeah, sneaking all my friends to smoke a little pot.
40 years later, I'm still out there collecting bags of dog shit.
All right, well, what are you going to be for Halloween, Fleshy P? You got a costume set out?
I'm going to switch my mask, I think.
Oh, that's what we should have done.
It's got a big heart on the front of it.
What?
Oh, man.
God, what were we thinking? I should have wore my Halloween costume.
Well,
or am I?
I don't think you're allowed to wear that. I mean, you have to have clothes on YouTube, right?
That's true. Yeah. You're right. What, Russ Factor, what are you going to be for Halloween?
I'm gonna be Captain Kirk, and my wife got a dinosaur costume, and she's gonna be an alien called the Gorn, which was an episode of the original series where he's fighting a dinosaur man, and they're doing all that punching they did on Star Trek where they go like this. Back in the 60s.
Okay.
All right. All right.
I wasn't.
Yeah, I would have begged her to be the blue lady. Captain Kirk always had that intimate encounters with.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the blue lady. I wasn't thinking it was going to be that well thought out, but Russ Factor, I'm real proud. We better see some pictures.
Yeah. No, we'll get it going. It's actually kind of funny. It's a little low tier, but it's like perfect. So the Star Trek uniform I got, it's like a pajama set. It's really comfortable. Looks nice. And then she literally got a dinosaur costume where your face is in the mouth.
I was hoping
like it's a onesie.
I was hoping you'd get like one that's like way too small, so your gut would hang out, and your balls would hang out.
I'm not gonna be current fucking Bill Shatner.
Yeah, I'm not gonna change. I never change. I have a outfit for summer and an outfit for winter, and then a work stuff.
Yeah,
but it's always the same. It's the same there. It's the same here. Ooh, there we go. It's never the same. I don't change. So
there we go.
I like that. Bring out the gimp. Fleshy P. So, Russ Factor, you were just talking a little bit about your Halloween plans. Tomorrow you have upwards of 250 kids just get dropped off bus to your place.
Yeah.
Much like the border. They just drop them off at Russ Factor's house, and Russ Factor's what's your candy of choice that you hand out, Russ Factor?
We actually have little kits that's got like some gummy candy, non THC, some chocolate. It's like the little pouches of things that we just hand out. So we have like 250 of those. We got the glow sticks, and then for the older kids, we got that chip they like, the Takis. So when the older kids come by, we give them the Takis, and they're like, "Oh, fuck yeah, that's awesome!" So they love it.
Russ Factor, you have this well thought out. Yeah. Fleshy P, do you have many kids that stroll up your neck of the woods up there north?
We got our token 3. I think that might show up.
Really?
That's just the way we like it.
Yeah, we since we moved, we have quite a few that are out in our little neck of the woods that are out here. But
do you get
it's
many
cool.
in your neighborhood? Many transplants? Like, is your neighborhood?
Oh yeah,
because you live in a nicer neighborhood where like if the lights are on every year, the kids, the town quickly finds out about you, and then you just get a bunch of kids that aren't from your neighborhood. And their families coming through. But yeah, they like I said, they roll by our place. Our 250 kids, it's going to be over in an hour and a half. It's fucking crazy.
Ours are pretty quick too, and the weather last year was so balls cold that not many people were out running around. So basically what we'll do is we'll just pile in the golf cart and we'll just drive around and play spooky music, and the kids will jump out and go up to the house, and then we'll go to neighbors next door, and then normally my wife will hand out the candy at our house. She'll sit on the porch and smoke and hand out candy.
That's what I'll be doing.
It's supposed to be a little nicer tomorrow. We've had some weird weather here. Fleshy P was just asking me what's it doing down here. There's some tornadoes south of us here in Oklahoma. Some severe weather up here. Just kind of creeped into Wichita. Yesterday was. I don't know if any of you guys watched Bubba's Picks 316. He was live carving pumpkins, and it was blowing. They had gusts of like 55 and 60 miles an hour, like right where we were at. It was windy. It was blowing that storm in today, and we got it. We got a couple. We haven't had rain in ages, and it finally rained. So it was good. It was good to have that rain, and hopefully it won't be cold tomorrow. Yeah. For all them kids. Getting that THC at
Russ Factor's house.
Russ Factor's crib. Have you ever? Yeah, it's like I don't know why, but there was I don't know how I remember this because I do not I never watched this show, but there was the Raymond. Everybody loves Raymond.
The gold coins.
The gold coins. What on earth did that memory just pop into my head? What did you do with these coins?
Oh God. You don't just come into someone's house and give out the gold coins.
You just don't do that. What happened? What did you do? Did you give out the gold coins?
Given a lot of complaints about the treats from this house.
Did we just watch this? That's exactly what I never watched that show. Was that just coming up on people's feeds or something, or where did I see that?
I don't know. I actually remember it from.
I don't know. What was that guy? What was the guy's name? Brad?
He's got that comedy club over at MGM.
God, that guy. Brutal. What else has been going on, Russ Factor? You got anything? I see you're drinking out of that Circa glass, and that's good because Fleshy Pete said he was going to have a little talk with you.
Oh. Yeah, my Circa.
We're going to stage a live intervention.
Fleshy,
hold on, let me get.
You always got to catch him off guard.
Fleshy P goes, all right, Russell, sit down. I'm your aunt. That's what, when you walked back in, I was like, like those shows when they'd be like, it's John, your uncle. I know you. I've known you my entire life. You don't need to introduce yourself. I know you, uncle.
Everybody in the chat has written you a letter, Russ, and they'd like to read it to you today.
And this one comes from the Roulette Master. Russell, he really, really appreciates your humor. We want you to live, Russell. If you keep drinking and stealing Circa glasses, you're not going to.
It's a double-edged sword here. There's comedy in this glass.
This next one is from Mr. Moen, North Dakota's finest resident. He says, and this next one's from a character called Buffalo Bob Slots. He said you can't fix stupid. Oh, man. I think I guess we probably shouldn't joke about it, so sorry.
And then we have Alfredo who says, put some ice in it.
Yeah. Then there's a guy named Alfredo that says, are you going to drink that in one chug it? Chug it. Chug it. What's the equivalent to bet the max? Chug it?
Chug it. Chug it.
Oh man. So yeah, that's Halloween's tomorrow. We got all that good stuff. I was trying to think. There was a whole bunch of people that were protesting, and I didn't even see what was on it. My guess, they were protesting what was on the Sphere.
Oh yeah, there's political ads on the Sphere now.
Yeah, so people were real up in arms about that.
It's like, did you think that wasn't going to happen? I mean, I'm surprised it didn't sooner. But like when I saw that pop up today, I'm like, huh, that finally happened. Okay, I figured it was.
There was another thing that I don't even know where my phone is. I was going to look up that gosh dang it. I was going to look up that Vegas Policy was talking about, and I was like, the revenue from downtown Las Vegas. And I was kind of sad about this is because everybody's going downtown now.
Yep.
The strip revenue fell kind of flat. And may have gone down a little bit, but the downtown revenue from all the casinos is up 30%.
30%, man. And like, I was just reading all the comments on it, and everyone, has the same idea as if somebody put it great as the downtown's fun, the strip isn't. End of story. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I felt that way for a while. I enjoy the properties on the strip, but like, your walks between them or just being on the strip, walking around, there's nothing for me up there. I love the properties. But like going downtown,
the strip is very catered to the tourists. So like everybody I've ever talked to said it's just like a big money trap
for some. Like
tourists.
I don't find a way to spend my money there outside of
downtown.
Yeah,
it's expensive up on the strip. Yeah. Not that it's not downtown, but I feel like my people are downtown.
Yeah, it's just so much more fun. We can walk everywhere. We can be outside. It's a good vibe anywhere we are. And yeah, I mean, you just don't get that on the strip because like everything's, 1,000 miles away. You can't just walk from one end to the other. You're going to die. But, yeah, I mean, that's translating to revenue now, and everybody's finding out about the little secret that, downtown's where the party's at. And boy, it's going to be packed the next couple years as we go down there. Each trip's going to be more and more busy down there.
Yeah, I'm going out there December 4th through the 7th. I'm coming back this Saturday the 7th. I'm going out with Brad and Joe. It's going to go out in November, but I have a work trip, so I'll be in Arizona. So Russ Factor and I'll maybe have to hit a casino one of those nights. Yeah. But I think downtown's just easier. Like you said, it's easier to get around. You can just, if you have a car or whatever, or you don't even need a car, you just park it in the Garage Mahal and walk around. You can hit, like you said, all those casinos. Yeah, it's clean. It's cleaned up.
You
so
get a
much.
car, but it makes sense because we usually got one or two things playing on the strip, and then you've usually got like 2 or 3 airport trips to give people when we all come down.
I normally get a car just because it's half price or a third of the price, and like you say, it's if you Uber once from downtown to the strip, it's $50. Yeah. So. That basically, you would do that twice up and back, and you've got my rental car. So that's what I do sometimes. And, when I go with Joe and Brad, I don't normally do that, but a lot of times I do. So I don't know. It's, if you take an Uber from the airport to downtown, it's $75, and, that can 150 there and back. So you're gravy.
Yeah.
Not to...
Gravy.
There you go.
Take a page out of Roulette Master's book. I haven't really talked to Roulette Master much. He was sick for a while, and then I saw him. We had a high school reunion I saw him at where he was crushing the appetizer tray, and then after that he got sick for a while. But I know he's doing a little bit better. But he's probably in the chat. So shout out Roulette Master.
Yeah, he says he's on the mend, drinking that gravy again.
Good. So that's good. So I think that there's, speaking of Roulette Master, it's not like you can be on the strip and cut your toenails right outside of the Venetian. They won't let you do that, but they'll let you cut your toenails right outside of ABC.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was trying to explain that to somebody. Actually, my coworker was clipping his nails or something, and I just heard him clip, and he goes, "Dude, I am so sorry. I do not mean to do this. I just have this hangnail I've got to get rid of." It's like, oh no. Speaking of which, I got to tell you this little story about our friend, the roulette master. We chuckled about it again. Chuckle about the old roulette master.
Gravy.
Last week's, it's good to be back here on the regular format. Last week's episode, we hung out with Charlie from Surface. We recorded it, so it's good to have Fleshy P back. So if you haven't got a chance to go back and listen to that episode or watch that episode, do so, because I feel like that was probably one of the best episodes we've done in a very long time. And I think we kind of did it wrong. I like doing things live. We just couldn't figure out a good time for him to come in.
Yeah, it all came together so quick,
it.
and we didn't want to, we were in a good spot with Charlie where, he definitely wanted to play some tunes, and, it wasn't going to be like, well, let's look at December's schedule, maybe. No, we wanted to get it locked in, so we catered to that because we wanted to hear it, so...
Yeah.
So, a little bit of selfish reasons in there. But it is available for you over on the channel. Just go check out the page for the pod and check out last week's episode. There's a nice little Linktree link in there, too, that we'd love you to click on to go check out Charlie from Surface and a lot of music on your favorite streaming services. Follow that shit however you do it on Apple Music. I don't know, Spotify. Follow that up and give it a listen. I think you guys are really going to like it. It's going to help us out a lot. Getting a few of you guys on board, checking out the tunes.
Yeah, a lot of people did listen that day when our stuff went off with the episode. So it's Surphace. It's spelled different, but yeah, thank you guys who went and checked his music out. It was good. We've got another couple guests lined up. We've got Kid Chris lined up. No date set. We've got confirmation he's going to come on. We're going to do that live because that's how he rolls. So we'll figure something out with that. So that'll be coming up. And then, before we know it, Russ Factor, it'll be old. The jingle balls will be bouncing around. I can't believe Friday is November 1st. It is insane how fast time flies.
That marks the day that recreational weed is available for delivery here in Phoenix.
You don't have that marked on your calendar, do you, Russ Factor?
I just blurted it out as you said it, so it's marked somewhere.
Etched in your brain. Yeah, just real quick, going back, if you guys have any musical guests that you want us to check out, unsigned bands, preferably, we'd like to talk to them. So slotmaster316@gmail.com. Hit me up. Yeah. Trying to think of the last couple times I've gone to the casino have been A-okay. Kind of some ups and downs. I haven't gone on a Friday or Saturday, and I'm not gonna. I won't do that. They're just brutal here. So Vegas trip 4th through the 7th. I'm just trying to, it's trying to survive here, Russ Factor.
Thriving and surviving.
That's what we're doing down here in America. What's going on in Canada? You got what do you guys celebrate? What do you guys don't celebrate Thanksgiving because you guys just did, right? Fleshy?
We did already. Yeah. You guys do it a month later, right?
What are you guys
November.
What are you guys thankful for up there?
We don't know yet.
Oh.
You guys had the pilgrims and all that kind of thing. I don't know if we ever had. I never really checked into that.
Well, so what?
We're all excited. We're all excited to see what's going to happen November 5th.
Yeah.
We're open up a can of worms here. Who you voting for, Russ?
Russ Factor, is that a MAGA hat you're wearing, huh?
I'm voting.
Are you a white guy for Kamala?
Do I look like a white guy for Kamala?
You do, actually.
Gravy.
So you have what so Thanksgiving, what you guys are thankful for? What, you don't have some made up story from
Canada's early
Vancouver
infancy?
Where you guys drank a bunch of syrup?
Hockey related or maple syrup related?
Honestly, and I could be wrong, I think we just follow you guys.
So you're like, we want one of those too, but we gotta have it on a different day.
Hey, look what they're doing down there. Let's do that here.
What do you, is it like our Thanksgiving where you have a nice meal with the family?
Yeah, we had to do the same thing. We could
Turkey?
have a turkey and all that kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's actually a good question. I really know. I'm gonna have to check into that now because I have never ever in my life thought about it.
What you're thankful for? What is this day?
I was
about?
always thankful I'm getting a turkey.
I'm thankful for maple syrup. I'm thankful for Wayne Gretzky. I'm thankful for those hosers. Amen. Yeah, we just
I'm
got
thankful
programs.
that Neil Young came back to Canada.
I don't know why Wayne Gretzky made me think, but when I was a kid, you remember those Tiger Electronics handheld games, the little LCD
Oh, yeah.
screen? I had
the
a
good-
Wayne Gretzky one, and it was one of my favorite games back then. Yeah,
I had football.
yeah.
I had hockey, and then my brother and I, for a brief time, had some sort of Super Bowl where it was two guys could play. So there was joysticks on one side, the game, and then a joystick on the other side, and you would just play. And I think he broke it over my head at some point, so we didn't have that for very long. But
There it is, right there.
yeah, oh yeah,
Wayne
God, I
Gretzky
remember
and
that.
Brett Hull.
Shootout. Dang, I remember that.
Yeah.
Look that
I used to
football
have
game
a
up.
football one. You know, I could never follow the little dots because
Yeah, they were like,
you had to be in the right lighting.
yeah, there were those little.
Did you have
arrows
this
that-
one? I've played
no,
this one.
Yes. Wait, I couldn't see that. Mine was brown. That one right there, that second row.
Second row. This one.
No. I had that one. I actually had that. It was probably we had that bottom right, the green one. See
Yeah.
that green one right there? Is that the two-player situation? No, that was the one we had. It wasn't brown. It just turned. It faded to that
Two-player.
color. So you had.
Was it this one?
Right. No. Like the fifth one up top.
Oh, up here.
Keep going. Yeah, on the green.
This guy.
I think it's really, really small.
There you go.
Yes, that was it right there. It was the exact same game, but they just added another side to where you could play. It was. Does that say Coleco? Because it was a Coleco.
Yeah, Coleco, head to head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Head to head. But myself, like Fleshy P, that game when you'd play, you had to be in the right light, or you had to it'd be like in the dark, because there was a little like. It was like a dash or
And like a little
and
like
you just-
lights underneath, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's better to just play that in a dark room.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then
kids today will never know the struggle.
the football was just a pinpoint dot. I mean, you had to have like a magnifying glass or great eye. That's probably why I'm blind. And then I had baseball one that was like home run derby or home run. It was very similar, same technology.
I had this.
I had that too. The bass fishing. Yeah, I had that too. Yeah. Look up that. I think it's called home run or home run derby. It was a baseball one, but the exact same format. I swear that's the reason I'm blind, trying to follow that football in the sun. I don't see. Maybe that second row or third row. Sorry, third row, second one in.
This one.
It was a game. Just no, it wasn't
that's
a baseball
like,
bat.
That's like one of those little stick games.
Yeah, that's not a baseball bat.
Was it a 2-player one?
No, it was a single player. It was very similar. It might have been that second row right there. Up, one up, right now farthest left. Yeah, that one right there.
Okay.
I think that's the one that we had. It was very similar to that because it was just like the football. What's that one called? Home run derby? Yeah,
Home
that's
run
it.
derby.
Yeah, that's the one I had. What year was that?
Jesus, I don't even know.
Does it
This is
say
not
when that
telling
came
me.
out?
This has got to be.
What about Coleco football? When did that one head-to-head Coleco football? When did that come out? 80s, 84, 5?
Yeah, it would have had to have been right there.
Because I think I was like 7 or 8 or 10, or I just remember my brother was. We had the original Atari, and then we got ColecoVision, and we had an Apple IIG computer that we would play. What was that game where you Oregon Trail?
Oregon on Trail, yeah.
Where you'd get dysentery and die.
Yeah.
You had to go shoot them rabbits. And then we had a Commodore 64. And then we had that one thing that I gave to you that was CD player,
The 3DO.
3DO.
You all had all these fucking crazy consoles that, like, you know, because I went a regular route where I had a Nintendo and then a Super Nintendo and a Sega Genesis. And
Yeah, but that was later.
the craziest thing I had was a TurboGrafx 16, though, and the games were like little credit cards.
I remember those.
Nobody had one, man. It was fucking nuts.
And then they had this little thing that you could put on the Atari, and it was like some weird adapter, so you could play all the games. And it might have been made by Coleco. I can't remember, but you could play all the Coleco games on Atari. So it was like an adapter that these guys came up with. There's like, aha, suck it, buy a Coleco because you can play Atari games. And we did that. And then me and my next door neighbor would kind of, you know, like when you'd want a birthday gift or whatever, a present, we would always ask for like the opposite thing. So like I got a VHS and he got a Betamax, you know, so so we'd have all bases covered. I got a PlayStation and he got an Xbox, you know, that whole type of situation.
Oh, I grew up with an uncle. He's only 3 years older than I am, actually. So we grew up more
I have one of those.
closely like brothers. And I remember one Christmas, kind of the same thing. It was, you know, you can have an Atari or you can get a Walkman. Well, I chose the Walkman. And when we're opening our presents, you know, here's this little tiny box. I got this it was a gray Walkman, and my other uncle got me a tape for it. and I'm sitting there listening to this, and I'm watching them set up this Atari, and then the whole family gathered around. They started playing it, and they were just all enthralled. I'm like, anybody want to listen to this Walkman? I think it's Genesis. Have you ever heard of Genesis?
I was just gonna ask what
Worst Christmas ever.
What was the first tape that came with it?
That I got?
Yeah, it was
It was
Genesis.
Genesis. Trying to think of the album cover. I think it was just like clouds on it or something.
Was it
It
the
would have
one?
been like 1982 or 83 when I got it.
It had to be
so.
It had to be the one where Ronald Reagan was. Remember that video they did? Wasn't that a Genesis video where Ronald Reagan answers the red phone and then blows the world up?
Oh, is that when they were the puppets?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is the world we live in. Who was the best singer ever? There it is.
This is the world we live in.
Did like who the
Is
fuck
that
did, was
Land
it-
of Confusion?
Yeah,
Land of
who
Confusion?
covered that?
Yes,
Like
Land of
Disturbed or some
Confusion.
shit. Some rock band from the early 2000s covered that, and it was garbage. Disturbed,
was.
yeah, it was Disturbed.
It was. I don't remember that. I'll have to listen to that one.
I gotta say,
yeah, they this is just Disturbed shit. It sounds exactly like you would imagine.
and I was just gonna say, I don't care who judges me, but I'm a big fan of the Cranberries.
Did you have
And
to let it linger?
This
Did you have to?
young
Did
blood
you have
guy
to?
redid that song.
Oh yeah.
I hate it.
I that's the thing is I've argued this before. Any Taylor Swift song that a band covers sounds fantastic because she has it's like nails on a chalkboard when she sings.
Makes sense.
Any song that has been covered by the Cranberries that guys sing are terrible because nobody can sing like Dolores O'Riordan.
Nobody.
Nobody. God, they were really, really good. The Cranberries were fantastic.
I know, really
I
good.
They're one band that I can actually even appreciate, like the actual band. Like I thought the drummer was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Like their songs got a great beat, great good. Everything's going, and it just lined up, and it was perfect. And mixed with her voice, and she never did try to hide her accent, and that made it awesome.
That was the
she had a
killer part.
really thick Irish accent,
Let it come
and it
right
really
through.
came out in her songs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just powerful stuff. Awesome.
Yeah,
I
I'm
guess
not a big fan of cover songs where they don't. You know, I want them to make it their own. That's my thing. And you get a lot of cover songs where they try to stay exactly true to form, and it just feels so empty and nothing special about it. But yeah.
Everybody else is doing it. Why can't we? Wasn't that one at Cranberries? Cranberries album, wasn't it?
Why can't we?
Everybody else is doing it. Why can't we? And then there was what? No need. Oh God, what was it? No need to argue. You know, and I when she started growing her hair out, that's when late Cranberries isn't my favorite. The Faithfully Departed or To the Faithfully Departed was, I think that was like the yellow cover. I think that was a very fantastic album. I think that after that album, that probably was where I started to lose a little bit of interest in the Cranberries. But that first album they had was killer, where they're all like, it was a dark album or whatever. They were all sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
I liked it. I think they had Dreams and Sunday and I'm Not Sorry. I think what else. That was one of the albums that you could just put in and just listen cover to cover. You could just press play. And I think I remember that I Still Do. That was the first album, or the first song. Hold on. I Still Do. And I think Dreams was second, maybe Sunday. Pull it up, Russ Factor.
Pulling it up right now.
Test my knowledge.
All right, which one are we on? We are on.
Everybody else is doing it, so why can't we?
Everybody else is doing it. Why can't? Okay, so track one.
I Still Do.
Track
I know
two.
that's 100%. It's either Dreams.
Followed by.
Sunday.
Okay. Followed by.
I'm So Pretty.
Okay, it's just called Pretty, but yes.
Okay. Waltzing Back to You. I'm Not Sorry or something like that.
Sorry.
And then Linger. And then it was like it was two songs that went like Still Can't, then I Will Always.
Oh, you're missing one.
Hold on. Shit.
You're missing one.
That was what number?
8. After Linger. It's a short song.
Not Wanted.
Yes, Wanted.
Holy shit, where did I pull that out of? So then it went I Still Can't and then I Will Always, because those were back-to-back songs, because one was talking about whatever, and then hold on, and then it was oh god.
Then you had the two, but you have to pick the order.
Still Can't was I Still Can't was first, and then I Will Always is the second, because I Will Always is the answer.
Two more.
No, because there's 14. There was only 12.
There's 12.
I know the last song was Put Me Down.
And you missed.
Is that right?
You're missing one. Yep.
Oh my god. Okay. I want to say that there were. Oh, how? I can name that tune in 4 notes. Can you recite the Gettysburg Address? No. Do you know what year we landed on the moon? No.
Can you name me every track in order on the Cranberries album? Everybody else is doing it, so why can't we? Yes.
Yes, I Still Do. Dreams. You may have to fill me in a little bit. I'm a little rusty on a couple of those. I know the important things.
Those are the things you need to know to get you by in life.
Do you know the Bill of Rights? No, but I can recite you every episode of J.J. Walker and Good Times. I can recite it. No, but I can tell you every word for word, the Brady Bunch episode where they go to Hawaii, episode 1 and 2. Man, my brain works just like in weird ways, like for real. Like I have a hard time like remembering stuff, and I just
I got to do that. Yeah, every time I meet a girl named Marsha, I still go Marsha.
Marsha. And whenever I hear anybody talk about Baton Rouge, I always have to go Baton Rouge, Cindy, Baton Rouge. You remember when Cindy was on the Cindy was on the game show and she like froze and stared and looked at the TV and she couldn't remember Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge, Cindy, Baton Rouge.
I never watched much of that. That's one that
How could you not?
I just didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't relate with those kids, you know?
I might have watched maybe 2 or 3 episodes. I like the Partridge Family a little bit. I mean, for me, like when I was a kid, like
Hey, Bobby, turn it up.
had a
sorry.
satellite dish, so we got all the old shows I liked. My favorite was actually Get Smart. Remember that old show?
I was telling my
Yeah.
buddy about that the
Loved
other day.
it.
I was like, do you remember that, man? The whole intro where he's like walking down that corridor and all the doors are shutting and then the door shuts on his face. I was like, that intro just lives in my head like for all eternity.
See, I get that
shoe
intro.
phone.
I get that intro and the parody of that intro from the Files of the Police Squad messed up because that is where they stole it from or making fun of or whatever. I just dropped a link in the Discord there. Pull that little video up and watch like 3 seconds so we don't get.
Rachel saw J.J. Walker do stand-up comedy at the Tropicana in the early 90s.
Really?
Yeah. What do you want me to pull up?
Dynamite. Dynamite.
Files of the Police Academy intro.
I think I met Greg and I met weirdly. I think my wife. I need to ask her because it may have been something around Dancing with the Stars. Was Peter Brady on Dancing with the Stars?
Who? Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Oh yeah, Fleshy P knows. I've
Pulling
never
up
seen.
too much
Never
info.
seen it.
I think
No, it was Greg. No,
I can't remember. I met one of
Brady
them.
was
I'm
on-
getting my Brady's all mixed up.
I know.
Which Brady was it? Wayne Brady.
The Brady Bill.
Oh, Wayne Brady.
The jokes
Yeah.
write themselves on this show.
They do. That would have been Wayne Brady.
Wayne Brady. The one with
Hey,
the
you know,
tan.
what a weird dynamic too, because Greg Brady, like in real life, was just boning all the chicks. Mr. Brady wanted to bone all the boys. What a weird, just to hold. And then there's Alice always getting the meat from her man.
Yeah.
I mean, that joke just wrote itself there. That was, oh man, I need to ask my wife about that because I think for some reason he was at Dancing with the Stars when she was running around that. So for her job,
Who's Barry? Here's Barry Williams. Why did somebody?
that's Greg.
Okay, Barry Williams.
He was on Dancing with the Stars.
Season 32 of Dancing with the Stars.
How many seasons of Dancing with the Stars have there been?
How many seasons of Dancing with the Stars? Well, that would be 33.
Really?
Did that show end?
Maybe it was Greg then. I
No, it's had to be earlier because that 33 just premiered in September this year. So no, it must have been earlier. Google's not really good at telling us which Brady was on Dancing with the Stars.
I can't.
It was a
remember.
few years ago, I'm pretty sure.
Wayne Brady. Yeah, that's who it was. Yeah.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Because it was the same trip that I met Mike the Situation, right before he went away for taxes. Remember those guys? The Situation,
Who was that from? Is that
Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore? Yeah. I never watched that either.
The Situation.
There's a lot of things in life that I selectively
That show went away, and I was glad.
skipped out on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Speaking of TV shows that are stupid, this whole Golden Bachelor. You familiar with it, Russ Factor? You familiar with the whole Bachelor
I think we've
series?
talked about that on the show, or the Golden Bachelors, where it's like an old dude and
Yeah.
and young ladies,
like
not-
not young,
but not super young.
like 60s.
Yeah.
Then the dudes are old too. But the front runners from Wichita.
Oh.
So I can't get away from it. It's a buzz here in my hometown.
Every radio station's talking about it after every episode the next morning on the
Yeah,
Big
we've
Morning
got,
Show.
We've got traffic and weather together. Coming up, we're going to do a little bit of a wrap up of the Gold Bachelor.
Did
What
you
say
see
you, Russ?
that episode last night? Oh wow!
Yeah, so the Golden Bachelor's from here,
Wow. Okay.
so that's been fun. And I know him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's switch.
So
Everyone knows everyone.
They did hometown hometown dates last week.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the episode except for last week. My wife made me watch it. And so my brother-in-law was in town, and we watched it because there was a whole bunch of people because his hometown date, and we knew pretty much everybody on there. And he didn't even go to his own house. He went to his friend's, who's a car dealer, and it was just really goofy and weird. And, of course, they didn't do Wichita any favors. So the very first scene is the wind blowing 70 miles an hour and him walking down a dirt road and hay bales to his right. It's like, come on.
Totally
Come
off
on.
topic, but I was thinking about hometowns and the commercials from back then. Do you remember Scott from the East Side Lot throwing in that color TV?
Yeah.
That's another
I
thing that
remember
I think about all the time. And we'll even throw in this color TV. He's on top of a mobile home and he just throws a fucking TV on it. Hey, this is Scott down the East Side Lot.
I wonder if, do you think that we have any of those, Russ Factor and I, this guy in town,
I know what you're talking about.
he owned a, it started out as a bed shop. And then he turned into pretty much anything. But it was called Crazy J's Bed Shop. And this guy gave us carte blanche on what we wanted to do for his commercial.
We wrote the
He's like,
scripts.
do whatever you want. I don't care what it is. I just want my commercial, and here's $1,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
So, that's giving carte blanche to us to write the commercial. It's very similar to turning the keys over to the buffet at the Roulette Master. It's good times.
I wish we could pull up some Crazy J's Bed Shops commercials.
I mean, somebody had to have them online, right? I mean, they were some of the. That dude had more people come in and tell him how great those commercials were.
You remember when my friend Stacy came in and did that redneck one? Oh, early.
There has to be.
And we had the Asian one. That one was really good.
Yeah, that might have been a little. That probably would have got us canceled.
Yeah.
Maybe. And then you remember when we did the mobster? Yeah. Do you remember the mobster one? That has to be. I swear I saw that Crazy J's mobster online. Search that on YouTube. It's got to be there. And then Crazy J's Bed Shop. And then we, then the one where the beds were, where we saw the wife humping her boyfriend, and the husband comes in. It was weird. That was a weird time. It's a weird time in our life.
Yeah.
I think that, let's see. So that would have been 2002, 3.
2002, probably. I don't think he came on to sponsor until probably 2002.
God, I need to. We need to find all those archives. I wish that I did a better job of.
Oh my God! Yeah,
archiving shit.
We would have so much. I mean, a lot of it, there's a chunk of it we would have to just enjoy privately with our friends at this point in this juncture.
Right.
But there's so much shit that wow, we fucking dropped the ball not keeping that with us for years. We would have made a fortune on YouTube and TikTok over the past decade.
We would have
kept all that shit.
And see, I can rattle off Crazy J's Bed Shop's phone number: 316-267-3636. I wonder if that's still it.
We should call that number.
I'm going to. Let's just do a little live call on the air. 316-267-3636. I think that's it.
Yeah, it is. That's the North Tyler location. Oh, it's both of them. They got to be closed, right? How late's a bed shop stay open?
I don't know. We'll find out. I'm going to leave him a message, though.
That's crazy. He's still.
Do you think Crazy J still owns it?
Maybe he'll sponsor this podcast.
Yeah, I'm going to leave. That's the message I'm going to leave.
Thank you for calling Crazy J's Furniture and Sleep Shop located in the Park Lane Shopping Center. We are unable to take your call at this time, but if you'd please leave your name, number, and a brief message after the tone, one of our sales associates will return your call promptly. Thank you, and have a nice day.
Hey, Crazy Jay, this message is for you. I used to write and record a bunch of your commercials about, how long ago, Russ? 2000 what?
2002, 2003.
Okay, yeah. So we're looking for a sponsor for our podcast. It's Three Guys, One Pod, starring me, the Slotmaster, Russ Factor, and our good buddy from Canada. We do have a Canadian on our roster, Fleshy P. So if you'd give me a call back, I'd appreciate it. We're looking for a sponsor. Thank you very much.
I had my finger on the mute button in case you started rattling off your phone number.
Everybody's got
like
it
when
anyway.
you went, if you can give me a call back, and I was like, oh, he's gonna die.
I about did.
Just get a hold of one of his fans from the other channel. They'll give you his number.
Yeah. They'll just watch TikTok.
Need
You'll
the
get
number.
my number.
I'm sure Buffalo Bob's willing to give it out. Go hit him up.
There's this guy named Buffalo Bob. Perhaps he'd like to give my phone number out. That's funny. Hey, Bob, Corey here. I have to tell you just a little issue about what happened on our live stream. I totally
missed it. I went over and checked out what he was doing when you did it. And when I came back, you're like, I'm trying to get a hold of Bob. And I'm like, he's live right now. And I was like, what happened?
That was funny. Bob, I hate to tell you this, but I may have given your phone number
What was
out.
the context?
I was trying to figure out what this play was on this brand new machine, and then I see him play all the time. That kitty game. You were in the chat.
Kitty Glitter.
The kitty game. Not Kitty Glitter. No, not Kitty Glitter. That one kitty game.
With
where they knock.
the two statues of the cats?
Yeah, they knock.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out what the play was, and I didn't know he was live.
Huh.
Until you told me.
And then you just
I was
gave
going
out
to
his
FaceTime
number.
him. I gave out his number. Little known fact. I did not know when you FaceTime somebody, I thought it just said your name up top.
Huh.
Shows how little I FaceTime.
Huh.
Gives out the number too.
Interesting.
Noted.
Never FaceTimed. I don't have that technology.
Yeah, you don't. Your texts are green, Russ Factor.
Yeah, they are.
Although I
Far
do,
superior.
there is new technology that it lets me know when you receive the text message.
Oh, it's the thing Android's been doing for years.
No. Well, I can have read receipts, but it's called what is it called? It's called. Let me look at Russ Factor. RCS technology. I don't know.
Yeah. What Android's been doing for a couple years now that Apple just hopped on board with. Yeah, I know all about it. Welcome to the future.
I hate that shit with texting now. You accidentally open a text message so you can read what it all is, and then underneath it says read. It's
now
like,
somebody knows you've read their shit. Yeah. Especially when you're in a group message and it's like, fuck, everybody knows I've seen this now.
You can't turn
get
that
back
off
to
in
him
your
a week
settings.
later and go, oh, yeah, buddy, no, I never called her.
Yeah, because it's hit or miss on whether or not you can see a majority of the message in your notifications without opening it. And it sucks because sometimes it won't let you expand it at all. Because I can get away with reading certain texts from people just in my notifications and getting the gist of what they're saying and going, okay, I'll get back to them when I'm done working here in an hour or something. But sometimes you got to.
You guys understand you can change that in your settings to where it doesn't show read receipts, right?
Get out of here with all that nonsense.
Welcome to the future, Russ Factor.
Settings. That's not how the technology gods intended it.
Mm-hmm. It's how my God intended it. If I don't want to answer back to you, I don't want you knowing. I don't want you be knowing that I read your message.
Well, I'm not going to turn
I'm so bad.
RCH
My
off.
phone's 4 years old, and I'm still figuring out new things on it.
But one of my favorite things to do, you know what my favorite things to do is, Russ Factor?
Is this
My
related
favorite
to the
thing is-
conversation or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My favorite thing is to leave people on red.
There you go. There you go. I like to do that too. I like to.
Yeah. I read that fucking message
It's a
and
real
I did
power
not
play.
I did not text you back.
Yeah. And sometimes it's fun. You want to know the extra step? If you see it immediately and you know they're watching and you know you're gonna do it, open that
Type.
fucking message and start typing, and then delete it, and then put your phone in your pocket.
And then adios till Thursday.
I'm out.
Yeah, I think that like that this whole like Life 360 and GPS and all that bullshit. I'm
Little weird.
glad we did not have that when I was a kid.
Yeah, yeah.
And-
It's
And my
not
wife
ideal.
has like people that like give their they like share their location.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing? I don't want
even
people
do that with my
knowing.
own wife.
I spend a lot of time with you.
Yeah.
I don't want your friends knowing
Yeah.
where we're at.
Yeah. I just, nah.
And now you can set up like alerts that'll let you know when they leave that location. Come on now.
No, I don't know. I don't feel like that's. I mean, I'm not talking anybody who really wants to do that. That's fine, but it's like it's not for most. It's not for a lot of people. That's, it's weird. It's weird.
I mean, with adults, that's come on now.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was weird like 10 years ago when I went on that page on Google and it shows you everywhere you've been because of your phone tracking you. And, like, it sits there and then just starts drawing a map around the city of the last 30 days. And I'm like, oh, this is fucking weird.
Oh, Rest Factor, liquor store, weed store,
Liquor store, weed store, liquor store.
Arby's, McDonald's.
Every fast food restaurant
Liquor
on this
store.
street and this street. A bar clear over here.
Did you know I really, my wife's mind was the other day when I told her this fun fact, another fun fact that I have stored. Do you know how Arby's got their name?
No.
When they were making it, these guys that
I think
never
I
did
do.
it.
You're going to tell me and I'm going to remember. I do now. It's initials.
It's the initials.
Yep.
RB,
Yeah.
which is short for roast beef.
Yep.
And they were like, we can't name this too. We got to add some letters to this. And they added the Y and the apostrophe S and the A.
Yeah. I think that's probably
was
good.
like- So, like, I caught her, like, 30 minutes later, like, looking up in the sky and go, RBs.
Arby's.
Once again, do you know the capital of Montana? No, I don't. But do you know how Arby's got their name?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Baton Rouge, Cindy. Baton Rouge. That's so funny. All right, let's see. We've got Halloween right around the corner.
Right around,
As in-
literally, just within hours. 24 hours from now, we'll be. You'll be done, and I'll be in the middle. Almost done. Oh God, what is this?
I just got a text message. You don't know the capital of Montana? I do. It's Helena. Oh, Russ Factor.
Look at that.
Okay. Now we really need to go. It was so funny that I can't even remember who it was in the chat, like a long time ago, said, Russ is living right and it's podcast time because Russ Factor always gets a little dinner served. Do you remember that time you ate Salisbury steak? Oh, yes, I do.
Ooh,
I
wee.
do believe. Ooh, wee.
Got a little snack here, you know.
Did somebody just really hand you that?
Yeah.
That wasn't a DoorDash.
It's called living the
I mean,
dream, bud.
Danny
That's living the
Hyphen,
dream.
Danny Hyphen just cooked that up for you, or was that your old lady?
It's well, they did it. Yeah, it's a sandwich. See, and this is homemade bread, by the way. Check
What?
that out. Ooh, look at that homemade bread.
I'll tell you one thing, Desi got a black eye coming tonight.
Does he? Kels Bells, you better be ready. You better have me a sandwich.
Get your ass out here, Desi. You see the size of that sandwich?
Did you see Russ Factor sandwich?
This is definitely a two-hander, you know.
Yeah, a lot of things are near world Russ Factor.
Yes, they are.
All right, we'll be back next week with another episode. Wraps up episode 7. Thank you so much, Fleshy P. Thank you so much, Russ Factor. We have got good things coming. I'll be live Sunday. Don't think I'm gonna go live.
You still doing
prior
that?
to that? What's that?
Telling everybody that Sunday is the only day you go live. That's what he's doing.
Yeah,
Slotmaster's live on average every other night.
But Sunday's guaranteed.
But Sundays are guaranteed. That's true.
Some Sunday is a guarantee.
And then he'll be live
Russ Factor.
Tuesday. And then he'll be live. He'll be live Thursday if we don't do the
might be-
podcast on Thursday.
Yeah, not tomorrow though.
And then he says he never goes Saturday, but guess who's seen him live on a Saturday before?
I know. That's stranger things have happened, Russ Factor. They have.
I just give him shit because he's like, I go live on Sundays, and I'm like, is that it? Sunday?
I can guarantee you I am going to be live on Sunday. Guaranteed. All right, thanks, everybody. Make sure to hit that thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Do all that good stuff. Follow Russ Factor Show
I'll be here
Twitch.
Friday. I think we're doing more
TV.
Call of Duty on my show Friday night. Me and Danny Hyphen in those multiplayer lobbies. So come see us on Twitch.
Do they have a map yet?
A map?
Call of
Oh, a
Duty
big
6
new
is
map?
Battle Royale?
No. There's a rumor there is a new one. We know nothing about it. But you might be interested to come have a reunion tour come springtime. Because guess what's coming back? Verdansk.
Oh.
Yep, to celebrate the 4-year anniversary. So
Oh, I'll meet you at
Port.
the port.
Yeah.
All right, Fleshy P, thank you so much.
All right, folks, you bet.
Have a fantastic Halloweeny, and we'll see you all Sunday for sure.
Good night.